John David.
John David Washington is in the building, brother.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
I feel great. It's been a while since I've been back, Morehouse, man, class of 06. So it's just nice to be back in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
familiar
good.
stomping grounds.
That's right. Yeah. It's many homecomings, many losses we took on Saturdays, but the people still showed up just to see the band. They didn't really see us play, but still, it was a lot of fun.
How's it feel as a football player? Like, you out there laying it all on the lines.
Right.
Like, you try to get your points, score your touchdowns, and people leave it after the halftime show.
After halftime. Honestly, you try to stay in the game, but it was kind of devastating. I got my boy here. We grew up together, Dominic. He would come to homecoming. I wouldn't see him the whole week, you know what I'm saying, because he was in the festivities. Because they would ship us off. We would go stay at a hotel, like, far, far out. We didn't get to really experience it. So I got to come back and get the full homecoming experience now. I haven't done that yet.
Even though the game was in Atlanta and y'all were here, they would put y'all in a hotel.
Yeah, it was
away?
smart, though, because we would be out here lost.
Really? They could have put y'all right there in Bankhead. It'd be nice and comfortable.
Nah, we'd be sneaking out and stuff. Although it didn't work because we were still losing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it bad back then?
It was, we were struggling. You know what I mean? We were a struggling team. We didn't win nothing.
Oh.
We didn't.
But I've always heard that you were good.
Listen, we were trying. It wasn't for lack of effort, and we had some great game plans. I got the ball a lot. I got ample opportunities to succeed on the field, but just as a team concept, we did not rack up those W's.
So would you jump out the window and say you were the LeBron James of your football team?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. But it got to where like it'd be around the third quarter, right when we're starting to lose the game, because we'd be in it in the first half, we'd be good. But around the third quarter on the sideline, what we doing tonight, fam?
I know why y'all didn't win.
Why did we?
John David, I'm not going to say.
Why did we win? No, please, I want to know, because it's not about the focus. We were focused the whole until the third quarter.
Yeah, but John David, I'm going to keep that to myself.
No, please share with the people.
Because, John, you probably had a bunch of damn queens on y'all team. That's why y'all didn't win.
Oh man. So yeah, I think just it was a total team effort. I did ask.
You did your part.
It was a total team effort, and we achieved a lot of losses, but we did it together.
Okay, well, John David, in a short amount of time, you've racked up an impressive acting resume. Love You on Ballers.
Thank you.
Which was a dope transition coming from being an athlete to really getting your feet wet on the acting tip.
Yeah.
Y'all about to start season 4?
Season 4, this August. No, it was a great transition opportunity for me. It's funny because it's sort of like therapy. The character's nothing like me. Like I can't relate to his rationale sometimes, his lifestyle, but I did get to see it when in my experience in the NFL. I got to see some of these this kind of luxury lifestyle and the whole just the culture that goes behind the NFL badge, wearing the badge. So in that regard, it was very nice to be able to step in those shoes. I auditioned for the role like 10 times before I got it, and I worked very hard to get it. So I'm just happy that I was able to book it and didn't know it was going to be what it is now. So just
10 times? That's unusual.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
10 times, 2 different characters. They put me through the ringer, but I earned it. I earned that job.
So would you rather, if you had a choice, or both, acting or football?
Acting all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Are you kidding me? I don't miss it at all. I don't miss football at all.
Yeah, and then act until you get residuals. Football, I don't think we you get football.
In football, you get pain medicine.
Yeah.
There's they got a football union too. They got a players union.
Yeah.
So
You missed that CTE bullet.
yeah, man.
You dodged through it.
Listen, I let my hats off to anybody who wants to pursue their football dreams. Go get it, but please have a contingency plan.
My family
Please.
doctor always said he would never let his kids play sports. He said because you're breaking your body up for nothing.
I don't think I'm gonna let mine either. I ain't got no kids, by the way, but when I do, I don't believe I will.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna steer them that way anyway.
Well, there's a song right now that's called "Living Your Best Life," which is pretty popular, and I would imagine you're currently living your best life your entire life. I mean, not only do you have dope parents, right? Your first major acting gig is like a 4-season TV show with The Rock on HBO.
I didn't know, but we didn't know it was gonna be like that. It was just a Peter Burr who directed the pilot, who started the whole thing. Like he and Steve Levinson. I mean, we were just having fun in Miami shooting this thing, and it's grown into what it is now. So we had no idea. And I personally can't think like this is going to be big. I got to stay in the moment to moment. I got to do my job, make sure I stay true to the character and tell the most accurate an authentic story through the lens of Ricky Jared in this case. You know what I mean?
Anything connected to The Rock is going to go, but that's not even the coolest part of the story. Fast forward to now, you got this movie BlacKkKlansman. Directed by the legendary.
You got a horn or something. I got it.
We'll add it in post.
Okay,
but like, you got BlacKkKlansman, directed by the legendary Spike
That's
Lee.
Right. Another Morehouse man.
Yeah, he sure is.
Please believe it. Yeah.
And Jordan Peele as a producer who
right.
is just hot off the success of Get Out.
Right. So I mean, right there, I'm in. I'm signing up for that. Whether I'm acting in it or I just want to be a consumer and just watch the film. I mean, that team right there with this story, this incredible true story, I'm here for it.
It's true. So there is a BlacKkKlansman.
This man, Ron Stallworth, he's an undercover detective, and he infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh.
Yeah, and this really happened. Yeah.
Because when I've seen the trailers and what have you, I'm like, okay, this thing's interesting. I think y'all have already seen it already.
It is. It's wild. I can't believe this happened.
So, like, happened verbatim, like, the real detective's name was Ron Stallworth as well?
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah.
Oh, he
you
alive?
get a chance to hang out with him? And
Definitely. I got to talk to him. He showed us his Ku Klux Klan membership card. Like, he... You got to see this thing. It's wild, and he was able to share. He was very generous with his information, very generous with all his experiences and how he approached this case, and just what he was going through emotionally with it, and where he was in his life. He was a young dude when this happened too, when he penetrated this. So it's amazing that he was able to accomplish this. There were no terrorist attacks done by the Ku Klux Klan in that city during the investigation.
Yo, and the crazy part is when you watch a movie like this, you're like, oh, wow, that's crazy. I'm glad stuff like that doesn't happen anymore. And then when the movie goes off, it shows, like, it's easy to forget because we have so many different advantages. Like, we're not sipping from separate fountains anymore, but there's so many different types of racial oppression and things like that still going on in 2018. The same stuff that was going on in the 50s and 60s, but it's just...
Well, that's what I love about this film too. Yes, it is a period piece, but I mean, it has this very contemporary rhythm to it. It's right now. I mean, I believe that it was interesting watching it at Cannes Film Festival in France. I felt a little embarrassed. Like, I was watching it with all these strangers, right? But like, I was a little embarrassed for my country. Like, watching this film in front of, like, overseas. Like, my goodness. And this was in the 70s, and this is how people talk. This is how people think. But I mean, it's the same way today.
Yeah. What you think about your president?
What do you mean? I think a lot of things. I think a lot of things. So, but yeah, I just feel like, I feel like it's just an important film for right now, and to continue the conversation moving forward, and how we can sort of get on the same page as a country.
Got you. Now, being that, technically you're still fairly new.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
Are there certain
rookie
levels?
year, baby?
Yeah, but like, you've done so many dope things back to back. Like, you can only go backwards now. Like House Party 6.
Gone.
I mean,
I can only go backwards.
Where do you go
pressure.
after the Spike Lee joint and like a long running series on HBO? I mean, I know there's higher mountains to climb.
Whatever the next best script that I can do, I can get. For me right now, it's all about who I get to work with. I was able to learn so much from Spike Lee. It was like a master class, set etiquette and how to run, a set. And the environment was such a collaborative one. I just felt like I was heard. I felt like he trusted me with this guy, with this information, with this character. And it was a liberating experience. I never had trust like that before from a director in this medium. So I liken it to a coach, a head coach that you always wanted to play for, that you'll run through a brick wall for.
Hell yeah.
And he understands momentum. When there's moments happening in scenes, the ad-libbing and the kind of just going with it, trusting your instincts, he's all about it. And he's a huge proponent on the process, not rushing it. We do stuff with pace, like, let's go, we got to hurry up and wait. A lot of times that's what set life is, watching paint dry. But do not skip your process, and how that is sort of infused into the work that you get to see, in this final product.
Yo, and your female co-star, Laura Harriet.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's so damn beautiful.
She's beautiful actress, beautiful person. She laid it out. Everybody though, I'm extremely proud to be a part of this cast. I mean, Corey Hawkins too. I mean, he killed it. You know what I mean? It's just everybody's so good.
Yeah. So, moving on from this project to the next thing, like, what are you excited about doing next?
Well, I got another one, Monsters and Men, later on this year. Ronaldo Marcus Green. We did well at Sundance, talking about, again, continuing that conversation, the narrative of police brutality and in the neighborhoods, but we're getting it's a triptych. It's 3 different perspectives: the kid from the neighborhood, a kid that wants to protest, and the cops' perspective. You know, and I don't know if it's very rarely do we get to hear and understand the African American man or woman police officer's point of view on some of these issues. And in this film, you get to step into their lives and kind of consider and see what they have to consider and go through every day on the job as a man that looks like us.
Right.
Yeah. I've asked a couple of police officers, black ones in particular, what do y'all think? I mean,
what do they say?
Yeah.
What do they
I
tell
mean,
you?
they're just like, well, you know, it's almost like they nervous and scared. I'm like, how you nervous and scared? You're police just like you're police.
It's a very stressful job.
And how you can't say nothing?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, they're getting blamed sometimes for you know, people in the same industry. I mean, there might be people in radio in Florida that are not doing their job the right way, but you can get all grouped in with them because they're all in radio. So it's an interesting perspective, I think, and it's one that should be told from the African American cop's point of view.
Yeah.